Hi, guys. How are you today? Got some good stories going on. Today is Freddie's Corner. That's what I'm going to call it. When he
I
comes
love
on,
that. Freddie's Realities Corner.
yeah, where he comes in and gives us the rundown on the hottest stories. Freddie always brings up the stories. We love it. So today we're going to be talking about the Manzos, Ellen DeGeneres, Danielle Staub, oh my gosh, and Leah from the Real Housewives of New York. I'm going to go ahead and play my intro, let more people come in the room, and then we're going to jump right into it. I can't wait for this one, Freddie. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Time for my boogie.
Hi, guys. How are you? Freddie!
I still love it. I love it. I have no excuse for dancing to it this time. It's just so great, though.
Oh, Freddie's dancing, guys, is too much. I can't handle the truth. It's so funny. All right, we got a lot to talk about, some good stuff to talk about today, Freddie. As usual, you went and gathered lots of information. Let's start out with this Manzo thing. It's crazy. Oh, hold on. I have to do this first for the timestamp. I'm going to put up a picture. That way it's easier for people to move forward to the story that we're talking about. But I'm also going to put up a picture that we're going to talk about a little later. It has to do with the Manzos. Do you know who this is, Freddie?
Oh, isn't that a mobster guy?
Yes, that's Dina and Carolyn's dad. We'll talk about him a little later. All right. Okay, let's get into it. So what's going on today?
Okay, so now, obviously, as we know, we've missed Dino Manzo from the Real Housewives of New Jersey for quite a while. Since then, she's obviously got divorced from Tommy Manzo. She's remarried to a guy called Dave Cantin. Now, there have been two things that have big things that have happened with them. So one of them was that Dave Cantin, he was attacked in 2015, and then in 2019 there was attack against both Dave and Dina when they entered their home, and there was an attack with fists and baseball bats as soon as they walked in the front door of their New Jersey home. And apparently, according to the cops, as you call it, the suspect allegedly punched Dina in the head and face and bludgeoned Dave with a bat. They were then apparently zip-tied while the perpetrators ransacked their house and made off with Dina's engagement ring and cash. Now, Dina's ex, Tommy Manzo, has been hit with multiple assault charges, a burglary charge, a theft charge, a robbery charge, a weapons charge, and multiple stalking charges against both Dina and Dave Cantin. Now, what's happened with that now is they've actually found that Tommy Manzo there seems to be evidence that he was involved in that, and that there's going to be a trial on this, and that he's actually going to be going to prison. And to be specific, he's going to Freehold Township prison ahead of his first court appearance.
Is that in New Jersey? Pardon me.
I'm not sure where it is.
I think it is.
But I've been told, but I know it's Freehold Township prison.
Now, here's the thing with this. So we all know that allegedly they're mob related, right? The dad, let me put his picture up again, it has to be a joke. They call him Tiny. They called him Tiny. And
he doesn't look tiny.
They call him Tiny. Tiny was found in '83 in the trunk of his car, allegedly because he was scamming money from a casino. And they're part of the Lucchese, I hope I said it right, crime family. It's not a secret that Tommy's mob related because
it's not a secret that a lot of those New Jersey people seem to be mob related, allegedly.
Mob related. So the word on the street is that they staged this home invasion. They took the alleged stolen jewelry. They went and filed insurance claim on it. I think they got $67,000 for the ring. It was something else. They said jewelry was missing, and what else was it? Do you remember?
Jewelry and cash went missing.
Yeah, it was all a lie. It's all staged. It was supposedly a racket that they do for cash, and they just got caught this time because this police found Dina's statement to be suspicious. So she's the one that got the whole thing launched, And then also when he beat up David with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
As if he sent a mob guy, John Perner, in to beat up David because he was mad because Dina was dating someone else. And then he gave, as a favor to the guy, John Perna, he gave him a discount on his wedding. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did hear that.
These people are dangerous. I mean, and then Carolyn comes out releasing a statement saying she's sorry. What did she say? The whole thing is
Carolyn Manzo. She basically said in her statement, more or less, that she didn't want to be involved in the middle of it because obviously Dina is her sister and Tommy Manzo is her brother-in-law because she's married to the elder brother of Tommy, Albert Manzo.
That's another thing.
But they've also had relationship problems as well. They were sort of
Carolyn and
not talking. And that does sort of maybe make sense because we've got to remember both Dina and Dave Cantin are really good friends with Teresa Giudice and her new boyfriend, Louis Ruliez. And in fact, a month or two ago, they went on holiday for Dave's birthday.
They're a bunch of mobsters. They really, really are. But here's the thing that I find it hard to believe. Do you think, well, if Tommy's in the mob, allegedly, got to say allegedly, what do you think about Albert? I mean, does he look like a mobster to you?
I think they've all got some involvement, whether that's actually, bludgeoning people over the head with baseball bats, tasering them, I don't know, pouring acid on them, I don't know. Or shooting them. They love their guns. But they're involved in some way, whether that's deal with the dirty money, cleaning the money and investing it in other things to clean the money. I think, there seems to be, evidence that people have said over the years that they do have some type of involvement. And now, 2 years down the line after this whole attack, the police, what do you call it? Cops in America have found out that clearly Tommy, there is evidence. They have found evidence that Tommy does have involvement behind this attack against his ex-wife and new husband.
This is just crazy. Now, allegedly, Tiny, who we know that's got to be a joke, that they call him Tiny.
Is the opposite.
I know.
We should call him Biggie.
Freddie! Oh my God.
Or Mackey's.
Tiny was the enforcer, aka the hitman. Can you see that happening? I mean, that's ruthless. I mean, do you think that's true that he was the hitman?
What, the hitman against Dina?
No, that Tiny was just a hitman. This guy.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it's hard to believe. I mean, he doesn't look like he's got stealth to do that. I mean, you could just see him being like, oh, crap, I'm out of breath. I can't walk. Like, pass me a Big Mac before I walk out the door.
Freddie, you think to be the hitman, you got to be skinny so you can run?
Like the type that would like fall over, like these hitman that you see in the typical Hollywood films and like in UK films. They're very stealthy. They can run quickly. They can run away. They could slip through windows. This guy couldn't even slip through a window, let alone stick his arm through one.
Freddie, there's not a weight limit on who could be the hitman and who's not. That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
I mean, look at that. I mean, that quadruple chin. I would struggle to get through a window.
But to me, he doesn't even look like a hitman. So maybe Al is. I don't know. These are the rumors. This is what's alleged. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying,
I just find it hard to believe Tiny or Biggie, or Mackey's, McDonald's, I should call him, is a hitman.
He's a hitman. That's the rumors. And not only was he got in trouble for scamming some casino, and he had a partner with it.
That I know about.
In the trunk of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. I think Perry has something to say. Let's see. Hi, Perry.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, Perry.
Have you heard the rumors about Tiny?
Yeah, but y'all got it all wrong, though. It's like this.
Oh, God.
A hitman don't have a certain kind of look. It don't take much energy for the things they do.
Oh, and I see what you mean.
I'm sort of afraid to talk about it. I don't want to be found in the back of the trunk, okay? But y'all can go on and boast and talk about these things, but they don't fit a certain profile, okay? And we can say, oh, well, he don't really look that way.
Perry, does he look like a mobster? Look, be real.
No, I get it. But do most preachers look like a pimp? But they are.
He looks more likely to drop you off at McDonald's.
Well, yeah. You know what, Freddie?
Yeah.
He would definitely drop you off at McDonald's. Not in a good way.
Look, turn me into a cheeseburger.
Yeah, well, exactly. With extra sauce.
I mean, he just doesn't look like a mobster to me, and neither does any of them. Tommy, Al, none of them. I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, and allegedly that these business they do, these are recovered. This is apparently one of the ways they use to clean money. That this whole the catering, hotel, all that business is sort of a cover to clean money, to clean funds.
And I say this, back in the day, it was more of the action from them. But I think today, like, times change. I think most of their work is administrative.
The mobsters.
Well, I'm saying administrative, like you said, washing money, those things. It's not so much hands-on on the corner. Yeah. It's other things now. The racket has changed.
Well, let me ask you this, Freddie. Do you think he's going to serve time?
Well, it seems, if they're putting him in jail before this upcoming hearing, I think it's possible. They seem to clearly have some thorough evidence against him. And if this family has the alleged ties they have, the police, or the cops, I should say, do keep an eye on probably these types of people to see what they're up to. So yeah, I think that it is possible he could be serving some time after this whole trial.
Hey, Freddie, can you do me a favor? Because you'll say cops, police, or whatever. Can you just do me a favor and call them popos?
Popos.
Yeah.
That's just the nickname. That's ridiculous, Perry. Ridiculous. What do you guys call the cops in England?
Police.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we say that too. Okay. Now let's move on. So we wish, good luck. So he does meet on Friday, right? What does he have on Friday?
So he's got, is it May the 16th, maybe? I can't remember the exact date, but it's soon. I think it's in May.
Okay, so now let's talk about this next story, which is really, really interesting. And I want you to tell it all, Freddie. Let's talk about, let me put up the picture for the timestamp. Hold on one sec. Let's talk about Ellen DeGeneres, who I love. I just think she's the best. I love her. I thought she was sweet and innocent. What do you have on Ellen?
Well, obviously, as quite a lot of you know, there's in the last few months, last year, there was a lot of stuff going on with her to do with the conduct, how she was treating people on the show, how producers she had on the show were treating staff. I believe about 3 were actually sacked a few months ago for bullying claims and things. A thorough investigation was conducted, I believe, by NBC, and they did find that this was happening. And Ellen actually did address it on the show. She said she was really upset about it. And now we come to the news of that the Ellen Degeneres Show will be no more. So she's going to be finishing this season and then doing one more season, and then it will be over. So, so obviously it started in 2003. So the show will run for 19 seasons in total by the time it ends. Now,
so go ahead. I'm thoroughly confused. Go ahead. Keep going.
So basically, so Ellen said that she was going to stop after season 16, and that was going to be her last season, and that she'd maybe signed for one more, but she wasn't able to do that, so she signed up for another 3. So that apparently, so she is claiming that that's sort of the end of her contract, that she's got to do the show. And that she's basically ready to move on.
I'm confused. You're saying that Ellen treated people bad behind the scenes?
Ellen and producers. There was a lot of hostility, a lot of racial abuse, a lot of sex stuff claims. Apparently, there was one person that got sacked for eating fish on their lunch break.
Wow.
Okay, whoa, Freddie.
And apparently she's known to be quite a nasty person, and that this whole way she acts on the show is just one big facade.
Yep. I mean, and that's what I heard too. Like for me personally, on the show, see, it's 2 different things. Like people can portray themselves a certain way on TV, and I truly liked her, but I never worked for her. That's when you get to know how people is now. And basically, these claims been going on for a while. Just how she treats
you heard about this, Barry?
Yeah. I didn't want to believe it. You know, I'm thinking, well, no, this is not what I see. But then I'm, you know, at that age now where I got to start believing shit. Okay.
Okay, wait. Oh, you gotta slow down. Let me read this question really quick. Why don't you ever talk about T.I. and Tiny? We did cover T.I. and Tiny.
Not as much. Yeah.
Yeah, not that much but I will get to it again. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm really.
And
are you saying that people are saying she's racist too?
Well, it not necessarily from her, but apparently there were issues with race involved. Now, I don't know what exactly those are or what was said, who it was said to, but apparently there were lots of different claims of abuse within the workplace, mainly bullying claims.
Are you saying also that she canceled her own show to avoid this because of this reason? Is that what you're hearing?
Well, what Ellen has said to Hollywood Reporter is, when you're a and I quote from what she said to them, when you're a creative person, you constantly need to be challenged. And as great as this show is, and as fun as it is, it's just not a challenge anymore.
Perry, you said you've heard this? I have.
Like you said, I mean, you hear a lot of this stuff, and I tell you what, like Freddie said, I mean, this show's been going on 19 years.
Yeah, how many seasons was it, Perry?
18, 19 years up in that. But put it this way, a long time. The years doesn't even matter. But fame is a crazy thing, and you can be the nicest person. Fame changed a lot of people. Fame would change a nun and make a nun a narcissist. I'm telling you, it's just how things go. If you give people so much fame, they cannot handle it. It changed their personality. And can you imagine sitting back in her break room and she walked back there and you eating fish or whatever? Who told you to breathe? You know, I'm telling you, people get this controlling and it's just crazy. And that's a sign of a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but people
God.
She's mocked and laughed at producers and executives, you know, shouting at people and things as well.
What?
You know, there are lots of different rumors that are out there, and it's been around for years now that apparently she is not a nice person to work with.
I'm just shocked. I didn't hear any of this, and I just took her at face value. She seems so nice on the show. She's always telling jokes. She's dancing stuff. I didn't know she was like a little demon behind the scenes. That is great.
Yeah. You never worked for her. You never worked for her.
No, I never worked for her.
Yeah, and of course, she's not going to be the person behind the scenes laughing at executives, telling people that they're stupid and things like that, or going, "You're fired for eating fish," type thing.
You late, then.
Yeah. But apparently Ellen told her team, the staff for the Ellen show yesterday, that this was going to happen. And apparently she is going to be addressing this when she sits down tomorrow on the 13th with Oprah Winfrey.
She's going to Oprah show. Wow.
So, no. So Oprah's coming on the Ellen show to discuss, and Ellen's going to discuss basically the ending of her show. Now, a lot of people are questioning, is it true she really had this deal and it's up, or is it because the ratings have gone downhill massively after all these claims and the investigation that's had to happen, that that NBC and Ellen are just sort of running away and don't want to be doing it anymore because of those claims?
I don't know. I'm shocked. I've never heard it. Everyone in the chat is saying, Sharrell, where you been? These stories have been around. I've never heard them. And I just thought she was the friendly lesbian that liked to dance. I had no idea. Totally shocked. So when is the end? One more year?
So she's going to have one more year. So we're on season 18 at the moment. She's going to do one more season after that, and then it's over. So she would have done 19 seasons in total. I think it's going to be interesting how it's going to play with Oprah coming on. Like, is Oprah going to be asking Ellen the questions on the Ellen show? Or that's going to be interesting. And I wonder if Oprah is going to question Ellen on these claims and things like that.
Well,
but I don't seem to think that Oprah probably will.
Why is Oprah coming on? Like, I'm confused. Like, what does this have to do with her?
Well, because Ellen's sort of considered in Hollywood sort of the predecessor to Oprah Winfrey, because Oprah was basically the chat show queen. I mean, she still is, in my opinion, she still is. I mean, she's still got loads of plates spinning. She's still doing interviews and stuff, but I guess she's not doing as much as she used to.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said, is Oprah like the crisis PR? I was wondering the same thing. Is she coming on to save face? Because what does Ellen's show have to do with Oprah?
At the end of the day, I think if that's her plan to have Oprah on, or Oprah, I just don't think that is going to work now. Too much has happened. The ratings, the viewership speaks for itself, quite frankly.
You're saying you don't care who she has on, her reputation, Ellen's, is ruined. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't care if she has Oprah, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, you name it. She can bring anyone she wants on. She's not going to save that show.
Perry, what do you think? Will Oprah help her out with the bad reputation she's got now?
I mean, that's the role she's been playing lately. And I'm thinking, hell, if I have some bad stuff in the public, I might have to call Oprah myself to clean my shit up.
I don't think Oprah's going to help, like Freddie said. Catherine says, hi, everyone. I heard Ellen canceled because of all the allegations against her show and how she treated her co-workers. Are these things true? According to Freddie, they're very much true, right, Freddie? I mean, that is the thing. If you look at the number of viewers in the USA, Australia, and the UK, the viewers have gone down massively. So the US, so obviously NBC, they're selling that to networks in the UK. And if they're not getting the viewership, they don't have as much of a demand of how much they can sell the rights to it in the future. So, and advertisement and stuff. And let's think about Ellen DeGeneres' salary. I think she's paid somewhere between $60 to $70 million per year for this show. That's a big salary for NBC to be playing out. So if she's not getting the viewers she used to, can they really be justifying that type of salary for her? And the answer really is no, because they can fill that slot with someone else and pay them a lot less money.
Right.
Perry, is Ellen done? Is she washed up?
Well, I mean, pretty much everybody run their course. You know what I'm saying? And you can get a brand new car today, but in 10, 15 years from now, it's a piece of junk. Okay.
Yeah,
So I think she just ran a course. That's a long time of success. And like you said, when you factor in the money, the allegations, hey, you know what? Everybody looking to save money these days. So the show gonna have to go.
Wow. Thank you, Freddie, for that info. I had no idea that was going on. Now let's move on to, let me put it up, drunk.
Drunk Danielle. I mean, that's you and John. You came up with that, and I just lived for it now. But she's always drinking and like saying, "Oh, I hate Margaret," and all this type of stuff.
Hold on, let me put her thing up, but I need to turn the sound down. I can't find the sound. Here we go. Got to turn that sound down. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Danielle Staub. What have you heard, Freddie? Take it away.
So, well, what Danielle, I've heard, has been doing is that she reviews The Real Housewives of New Jersey every week that it comes out. It usually consists of just bashing the majority of the cast. In particular, Margaret, she says, oh, she's awful. And she keeps saying that Margaret cheated on her previous husband for 4 years and got with Joe Bonino, who was a plumber. That's her favorite thing. That's all she talks about. And then she called Teresa the B word. She hasn't been. Yeah, so she's had a lot to say about that. She seems to be. She's very angry still with the whole situation that Bravo and Andy got rid of her. They didn't want her on the show. But the thing is that Danielle, the problem is that no one wanted to film with you. Yeah. So what the heck do you expect Bravo to do if everyone thinks you're such a pain in the neck? Nobody wants to film with you, lady.
Now, if you think that's outrageous that she's had it's almost like a 24-hour hate reel on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. She posted this the other day, and it was quite alarming. There were people in the comment section like Lisa Rinna saying, can someone explain to me what in the hell is going on? She just posted this. It was bizarre. And, I don't want to be mean. Perry, did she look drunk to you? Like, what is the purpose of this? It really concerned a lot of people. It just,
I don't know. I mean, it's some freaky shit.
It looked like she was going back to her alleged stripper past.
Like, yeah, no. It's really weird that nobody does this for no reason. It's almost like she climaxing on crack. Look at her.
Well, her marriages don't work, so they clearly didn't make that happen. I mean, her last one was like a year and a half, so she's got to find other entertainment. So Danielle's one, I'll use Instagram.
I'm laughing in the comment section. People said it looks like she's on crack.
Yeah.
And then I know. I mean, I don't know what she's doing. I think is she saying OnlyFans give me an endorsement deal? I want to go back to this alleged stripper past I had and get on a poll, and I can join people like Erica Jane and lead the circus act on Luann's show, and me and Erica Jane will dance on poles.
It looks like she should be on OnlyFans.
Exactly. No, I mean, how she was doing. I mean, she went from being on Broadway to a stripper pole in a matter of seconds.
She didn't say a word. She just.
Yeah, I mean, but really, if
you should have tagged OnlyFans.
Thank God the video stopped, because in a couple of minutes, ain't no telling where her where her fingers would have been.
She should tag OnlyFans and go, where's my endorsement deal?
Oh my God, you guys are so mean.
So she's not getting the Bravo paycheck, so she's clearly looking for some other deal in life.
I have a theory. Maybe she wants attention because she's going on every week bashing the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and things like this, they don't make any sense. And then people like us, we're going to pick it up and report on it. So maybe she's just trying to get back on the show.
Well, and she's got no man to either. So she's clearly needs help.
I gotta see it one more time and then we'll move on. It's so ridiculous. Like, what? She doesn't look high or anything. I don't know what this was about.
It's like she's doing an Erica Jane dance. It's expected to be meh. Hey, she might as well be dancing to that. Going,
oh my God,
sponsoring Erica Jane music.
It's
Look at
just
this.
too much.
I mean,
It's
this
too
is
much
freaky,
for me.
though.
Oh my God. Okay. It's been a
And
half
then
hour.
she also
That's exactly what you see. If you roll behind 7-Eleven about 2 a.m., you're gonna see somebody by the dumpster doing that same move.
Maybe she's
and she's going to be demanding for she's going to be demanding for a discount to the 7-Eleven shopkeeper guy for discounts on gin and vodka
Yeah,
and
it's
mixers.
ridiculous. Seeking attention or seeking help, one or the other.
Exactly.
I'm laughing at Perry. Perry, one more time.
Look at it. I mean, it's ridiculous, though. Seriously. Sharrell.
I can't. Oh my God.
And then the other thing
Perry,
is
do it. Do it, Perry. Do it.
give me an OnlyFans deal.
Oh my God. Okay.
Get me a pole for Christmas.
Oh my God. Hold on. Now I'm stuck. Hold on. Here we
I
go.
mean, could you imagine walking in your bedroom, sitting in the bed, talking about, welcome home, daddy. Come on, you freak.
All right. Let's move on. Oh my God.
And then the other thing she did was on May the 6th, she did a tweet and she said, it's obvious Melissa is trying to be like me, #original character status, but she'll never be an OG. They should be thankful I put the Gorgas on in season 3 when they begged me to.
I have to take it back. Maybe she is drinking. Like, really?
I mean, obviously something going on in her system. I don't know if it's drinking or something else, but that's a weird way to act.
It's very weird. Perry, you got to take it.
We all know that Bravo knew that the Judaises and the Gorgas hated each other, and Bravo were like, let's put that on Real Housewives of New Jersey because that's going to make great TV. And it did last for quite a few seasons, their whole feuding thing. It wasn't Danielle.
But listen, no matter how angry you are or bitter, there's no excuse for that dancing. That was just ridiculous.
No, it's almost like it's a competition for attention.
I feel sorry for her kids.
My God, right now, if Leah RHONY seen this, she'll be having a video next week.
You said Leah RHONY will be jealous?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't stop watching it.
No, but the difference is Leah RHONY is dancing to like Material Girl by Madonna. She's or
yeah.
What someone said in this.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, we gotta stop. She needs to start on hormone therapies.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she was working on it. A couple more minutes, she would have been there.
Oh my God. Woo. Okay. Now
she needs to go to an Arizona clinic at the end of the day.
People are crazy. Someone said it's a cry for help. Oh my God. Anyway, okay, let me get going. Okay. Next, you want to talk about Leah. What we got going on with Leah?
So with Leah, we've got a number of things. So this week she revealed that she's actually been she's good friends with Azealia Banks, the one that tried to reincarnate her cat. And we covered that actually. Wow. And that was interesting. And so Leah shared this picture of her and Azealia Banks, and a fan actually commented and said, I really adore you, and I've been loving your journey on your show and in your life, but you must know that this woman, Azealia Banks, you are hanging out with, has said that trans women are just hot gay boys with beat faces and plastic surgery. And as somebody who has publicly supported LGBTQ rights, I think you should be aware of that. Now, Leah's response to this person is interesting because she says, totally respect that, but I've known Azealia since she is 16 years old. She has faced immense amounts of racism and sexism, not only in the music industry, but in her life. Two things that you have no idea about. Also, the other woman in our photo is a trans woman, so maybe talk to her about how she feels about it. But maybe don't, because again, it's an issue that doesn't affect you, but it affects her. Thank you for leaving a kind comment, though. I do appreciate that for real.
Wow.
Okay, now listen. I've been hearing things about Well, first of all, I wouldn't tell anyone that I was friends with Azealia Banks. This is the girl that boiled her cat on Instagram. Well, allegedly for religious purposes, but
Right.
I mean, I don't care what it's for.
Do anybody need to warn her? The video went viral. Then went out there and dug up the damn cat, threw him in a boiling water,
It did.
and had like a seance or whatever. You know, I mean, the whole thing is nobody need to tell you to beware of those kind of people.
Oh my God.
It's just ridiculous.
Maybe Leah's trying to turn her to Kabbalah.
Well, this is what I heard about
trend thing that she's does, that she's said she was talking about, and then her dad in the first episode the other week was like, "Well, I'm Christian, so."
So this is the day that Azalea boiled her cat, a real cat. It's not a joke or anything. Allegedly for religion purposes. Because I thought it was the most disgusting thing ever when I heard about it. And someone said, "No, Sharrell, they do that in whatever
voodoo or something."
Wow.
I don't know what she's trying to be, a witch.
I don't know I mean, I've never had any friends that boiled cats.
No, nor am I.
Besides, let's take away the cat thing. Azalea's, I mean this in a very nice way, is emotionally disturbed. Something's not right. She always has a problem or whatnot. And I find it hard to believe that Leah is friends with her. But I'm being told that Leah is putting on for the cameras, that she's really conservative behind the scenes. And and they're saying that she's acting like she's hip and cool and liberal and has lots of black friends for her clothing line. That's what I'm being told. Have you heard that rumor yet, Freddie?
I have heard that rumor, but I haven't seen any evidence, or no one's given me, evidence to prove that thing.
Okay.
But again, I think with what's going on, people need to be seen as supporting these movements. So Leah, what she's doing is she's trying to over exaggerate and trying to overcompensate, in my opinion,
the cool girl
about that she supports all these things.
Did Azalea Banks get arrested? No, she didn't.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, no.
But I felt that Leah's comment was a bit rude to that person, because I think the person that made that comment, had a good point there of sort of saying, calling Leah out, saying, you support X, Y, and Z here, LGBTQ rights and things, yet you're hanging out with someone that basically talks smack about it.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Leah sort of, I felt, seemed a bit angry that this person had clocked on to that, but knew she couldn't be rude about it because it is an important issue.
I mean, I'm hearing all kinds of things about Leah, that she's not the person that she portrays on the show, and all of that coolness is just to sell. I think they said joggers or some kind of clothing line that she had.
Well, she owns a clothing business called Married to the Mob.
Oh,
so
that's her.
That's her. She owns Married to the Mob.
God, really?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm echoing again.
Yeah, so that's her. And then the other thing that she actually said the other day in an interview was that apparently Sonia and Ramona tried to get her fired at the end of last season. They called up executive producers to try and make that happen. And apparently Dorinda Medley was pretty much the only one in her corner last season.
What do you think of this season of...
Speaking too loud,
I'm going to check. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know why. What do you think, really quickly, Freddie, of this season of New York?
It's just not good at the moment. It's not, they're recycling old stories. And I mean, how many interns does Sonia Morgan need? And who in their right mind, which parent would be proud and say, yeah, my son or daughter is part of Sonia Morgan's intern program? I mean, really? I mean, how does running a bar, how's that like important lessons? That's not gonna give you a career in any way, shape, or form. It's just absolutely silly, this intern stuff. I think she's probably drinking again, and doing all types of types of weird, probably sexual stuff in that townhouse with Luann, maybe.
It's
Because
horrible.
that's what they're known to have done in the past.
Perry, what did you think of the Real Housewives of New York? You watched it last night.
I watched it, but like I said, I never really watched it before.
But what did you think of it?
It was weird, like the backyard camping, and then they get the little bonfire, and then these people just going off with these emotions and all the screaming and all this crazy stuff. I don't get it, but I haven't followed the show long enough to really know who the characters are. Yeah. But some of them just take it too far, just from what I seen last night. This is a meeting, little campfire, and they doing all this. And some people really just start telling their life story. I don't know. It was just too much for me a little bit.
Well, Cat Ann's telling us to hang in there, that the next couple episodes will be good. We hope so, because it's so far, I'm underwhelmed.
It's been disappointing. Hopefully when Bershon Shaw comes on, that's going to heat up, because I do believe she's got quite a big fight with Sonia that comes up, that we briefly saw in the trailer. So that's going to be an interesting one. And I think the life story will be interesting, but so far it's pretty dead. And what they need to be doing is Ramona, Luann, and Sonia, they need to get rid of them, bring Dorinda back, bring Jill Zarin back as a friend, because Jill, she was on ages ago, but she's got a new storyline. She's moved on after Bobby's tragic passing with cancer. She's seeing a new person. She's got different businesses. So she's got a new storyline to share. And she even said on Watch What Happened Live the other day that she would come back as a friend. But I don't know why Andy Cohen.
She said that?
Yeah, she has. Oh. And Andy Cohen,
silver bullet. He's being mean again,
as per usual. We want Jill Zarin back, Andy. If you're listening, like, what aren't you understanding? No one asked Andy for boring Heather. I mean, she had rubbish taglines. She offered nothing when you had her as a main. Why bring her back as a friend? We didn't ask for that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, look, Freddie, you really brought that 40 minutes went quick. 42 minutes. You had some really good stories today, especially the Ellen DeGeneres one. So Oprah tomorrow is going on Ellen's show?
Yeah.
This is crazy. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to hear what you have to say, what she has to say. I think she's going to try to clean up Ellen's name, and I don't think it can be done. I don't know. What do you think, Perry? Could Oprah convince you that Ellen's not a nut job?
Yeah. I mean, maybe she could. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can get into all this stuff, and she just needs somebody to vouch for it. And if Oprah just accepted a little bit, then most people would be like, well, Oprah's okay with it. She's fine. Maybe she can.
Listen to this. My friend works for Ellen and didn't even know she was leaving. So she just came out and made a statement, Freddie?
Yeah, so she made a statement, and allegedly they told the team yesterday that the Ellen show was going to finish this season and do one more season, and then it would be over.
This is interesting. I had no idea. All of it. And then it looks like Tommy Manzo is headed to jail. Prison. It really does. I mean, hope it was worth it. That's crazy. All right, you guys, I wanted to thank you. Was there anything else, Freddie, that you wanted to talk about really quick?
No, I think that was good for today.
That was good? Okay, good. All right, guys, Perry, did you have anything to say? I keep cutting people off. People are complaining in the comment section that when I leave, I cut people off and I was like, okay, bye. Like, I'm out. I do that.
I think they were saying about me, you always cut me off, I think.
They always say I cut you off, yeah. Do I cut him off, Freddie? Do I cut Perry off?
I don't know. I'm sure I cut all of you off sometimes as well, because sometimes there's a delay. It does happen.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not intentional.
Yeah. Well, sometimes mine is. All right, guys. I wanted to thank you all for your super chats. You don't have to donate to the channel, and you do. So thank you so much for supporting us. Thanks the mod for all jumping in at the last minute. And everyone, this chat was pretty lively. You guys, what are your thoughts on Ellen? Why was I in the dark? I had no idea. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section about Ellen and everything else that we talked about today. All right, guys, let's say bye on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.